where it's
Let's
live.
do this.
Yeah, and people, they sort of hear us in the background before we come out and start at 7 o'clock. Right.
Still looking for technical support if anyone's out there that can help us. I'm just saying.
We would love to get some technical support.
IT.
Some IT, yes. Social media,
Yes.
IT,
Yeah.
something, here to help us. Otherwise, we have to do these workarounds where we put our screen up and we go live, but we talk. But hey, it's 7 o'clock, and you know what it means on Wednesday. It means that it's Wednesdays with Fernando and Anthony. Chasing Gazillions ain't the same as making millions.
Getting closer at the Inspire Rehab Center on 137th Avenue in Miami, Florida.
Where is Waldo here this week?
It's all about the U. That's where I'm at.
It's all about the U. Back home in Miami, in his native land, his native state, Fernando has gone back under trying circumstances. It's not for fun.
There's a little fun involved. I mean, I'm here with my mom to help him, making sure she gets better. But at night when she goes to bed, FP's got to stretch his wings a little bit, get out there. So tonight, after we get done with the show and I go and check on her and put her to bed, going down to Calle Ocho.
Okay.
A little Cuban food and cigars. So should be
and all I say this is season 1, episode 24. Yes. And all I keep saying is, when you going to invite me?
You want to come sit in a rehab center for 8 hours every day? Come on.
No.
You're back. You're in. What happened? I lost you. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, you want to do that? Let's do it.
No, but I mean, all these fabulous places you're going, you travel to, you're so worldly. I mean, I just feel like
a good step.
Who?
I think I took a very important step in my book when the wives met. They got along. We got along in front of the wives. It was good. That was important to me.
Okay, nice.
That skipped you a couple of learning curve.
I didn't even know that I was auditioning. Woo! Yeah, so what he's talking about is that, as you all know, a couple of weeks ago, we had the golf celebration for Global Scholars Foundation, our sponsor. We've been sponsoring. And it's kind of been a reverse sponsor. But the point is, we had the brunch, and during the brunch, our wives got an opportunity to sit with one another, talk, break bread, a brick in the foundation of our personal relationship. And according to Fernando, he said, hey, his lady was like, all right with my lady. And okay. We're not saying that we're going to go camping next week together.
No, yes. No, God, no. You don't camp anyhow. I like to camp. No, you don't camp. You like
I don't. I've only been camping one time. It was a horrific experience. It was terrible. It was.
Did you get beat up?
No. We went to what was it? Jellystone, Yellowstone. We went camping, and because my wife is from Asheville, North Carolina, in the mountains, and so she, generally speaking, does not want to go anywhere near mountains, country, cows, or none of this stuff. But me being from the city, I was always like, hey, I want to go out to the woods. I want to go camping. And so I kept saying it. It got on her nerves. One year she said, okay, fine, we're going. So here's the thing. I go to the store, the camp store. I buy these camping supplies, and I tell them this is my first time going camping. and they sell me this tent. And in the store, this young woman illustrated how the tent just popped up. It just seemed to just like one finger, it just popped up. And I was like, that's what I want. Nothing, just pop up. Okay, fine. When we get to the site, it starts raining. Yeah, it starts raining. And it almost popped up, but what happened is that you put these poles through the tent head over and over in the X. It creates the tension, but it kept falling down. And in the bottom of the poles were these sort of hooks, look like reverse clips like this. And we tried to, stick them in the hole. We couldn't figure out where they go. And so when we read the instructions, it was a I can't think of the brand. It was one of those popular brands. But the point was
Coleman is the brand.
Coleman, yes. And Coleman, yes. And the thing was is that they here's the problem with Coleman. They have someone in Vietnam, in China, somewhere else interpreting the words. And so when we were reading the instructions on what to do with these clips, the instruction said attach the clips. And so we were, I mean, it was storming. The rain was storming. The kids were little. They were under a little shed, dude. And it was raining. And hold on. First of all, again, did I already mention my wife did not even want to go camping? Didn't want to go. Now we're out in the rain. We're raining. And here's the thing. We had taken the tarp. I didn't understand what we were supposed to do with the tarp. So we put the tarp in the bottom of the tent. And so while it was raining,
the tarp that came with the tent supposed to go on top of the tent to run
off.
Exactly. Right. Unless you're a moron, then you put it on the floor, and then the water comes all through the holes. Yeah, that's.
So while it was storming, while it was storming, and Melinda and I were standing there, and she was reading the instructions because the instructions were at least sewn onto the camp, so you couldn't lose the instructions. But it kept saying, attach these clips. And and at this point, the mud, the rain, it's up above our ankles. It's like going towards our calves. And Melinda is looking at me. This was not love. This was early in the marriage, man. Yes.
Rethinking the decision she made when you got married.
And so here's the thing. Finally,
I've seen that.
Right at the moment in which I was on the verge of breaking, on the verge of just packing, because you can hear, here's the thing, you can hear other campers in the cabins around us. You can hear them laughing and because we are a black family out here camping. They laughing.
They're having a good time because they're dry and you're soaked.
Right.
That's why they're laughing. They're not laughing at you. They're laughing with you.
No, at the end, when I'm just about to break, I take the clips and I cannot, it's like a spring. It's like a spring. Yeah. And I pull it and I can't attach it. But then as I lift up the pole out of the mud, all the mud and stuff comes out the bottom, and I take the clip and I insert. See, the word is in the English language because
it's not a clip, it's a little pin. It's a little pin that inserts her and locks the tent down.
Exactly, and then it creates the tension, and then the tent stands up. But the instructions say attach.
No. User error.
No. The word says attach. The proper word is insert.
You were about to break like Kevin Glover drummed you in '84. It was just like that. It was Glover knocking you around.
So then when we go into the tent now, because we put the tarp in the bottom, the tent is full of water.
Of course, yeah. There's no roof.
So then I have to take the spike. So then I have to take the spiky ends to hold the tent there and punch it through the bottom of the tarp to drain the water out.
You put a hole in the tent? Jesus Christ. So you started your own plumbing. You started plumbing. Jesus H.
So then we drain the water out and we go over and we sit down and we're underneath because we got the deluxe campsite.
It's time to get a hotel room. At this point, I'm out. I'm even out. I've camped 50 times.
We are eating soggy hot dogs and then when the storm stopped, about an hour after the storm stopped, the camp ranger comes by and is like, "Hey,
needs help.
How y'all folks doing? I heard y'all was having a little problem."
Did he laugh too? Was he laughing?
He did laugh. Then we got a bear came up on us. Dude, man, it was crazy. Look,
by the way, that's big time though. Yellowstone is for experienced campers because that's a big time place. You should have just gotten a Little Bennett up in Germantown. You should have started with Little Bennett.
Look, all right, let us get going. Let us get going before we lose our guests. Today, everybody, we have a special guest. If you are a developer, if you're a developer, landowner, property owner, landlord in Prince George's County, Maryland, you are in for a special treat here tonight. We had to pull a lot of strings and leverage a relationship here to bring you tonight all the way from
Hi, Fernando.
From the Department of Permits, Inspections and Enforcement, the Director of DPIE, Melinda Bolling, the best director in Prince George's County there ever was. I can't say enough about what she does for the county, and we're so pleased that she was able to get it cleared through her ethics, security, and all to be on here tonight. And we don't want to waste a minute more of her time. Melinda, thank you for coming. We have questions, but we want to first have you come and talk to our audience. Chasing Gazillions, not the same as Making Millions, is a live broadcast that focuses and talks to real estate professionals across this region, DMV, across the world. And they're excited to hear from you. The chat box is already lighting up. Already, oh my goodness. Already lighting up for you. I'm not kidding. Look. Look at that. The Bushcrafter, glad to see you. I mean, come on, man. They are firing it up. Oh, he's talking about camping. Okay, well, we'll get back to the camping. That is great. They're here. They want to hear from you, Melinda. Please come talk to us about your agency, new and innovative plans you have for your agency. Tell the people, talk about the myths. Help us understand how we as consumers here should best be interacting with Prince George's County government and your agency in particular.
Well, good evening. Thank you so much, Anthony and Fernando, for having me on today. The DPIE, the Department of Permitting, Inspections and Enforcement, is a great agency. Yes, we have about 300 employees. We cover 500 square miles in Prince George's County. We are the buildings department, and we also handle the licensing. And in building, that involves both permitting and inspections. Because there's so much raw land in Prince George's County, Maryland, we also have the opportunity to work on a lot of infrastructure, meaning roads, sidewalks, and such. And so it's a very exciting time to be there working on bringing new businesses, homes, subdivisions, and working with all the wonderful colleagues I have throughout the county. I'm very, very excited every day when I go to work. We always work to solve problems and to help individuals either expand or grow their business and to build their homes, their dream homes, expand their homes. And it's just an exciting time to be there. Some of the things that we are doing in the first administration for the county executive, Angela Alsobrooks, is we're delivering a new permitting and licensing system, which will be fully functional at the end of this year. That was a 4-year project. We're very excited about that. That will give us greater efficiency, effectiveness, and transparency into our processes. We're also working on helping our different business lines do more work. And by that, I mean, we've discovered that individuals who are in the construction industry, this is what they do every day, and they need a different type of help than someone who's a homeowner that does a project maybe once every 5-10 years. And so we're designing and implementing different electronic online programs and actually people staff to help them deal with their challenges. For example, we've started a business development section, and we started shortly after I arrived in 2018, because individuals who are small business owners are busy running their business, but when they want to grow or expand, they need help to get through the regulatory process. And so our business development officers help them do that. That's some of the things we do. We work on implementing the code in Prince George's County, the construction code, and any changes that come with it, be it green or energy or whatever it is, to keep us on the cutting edge. We're excited about new developments that are going to be bringing tall timber, mass timber, right? So you can imagine most of the time buildings are constructed with concrete and metal. But we have the opportunity to have a brand new 18-story development that's coming to our jurisdiction that's going to be timber. And it's more sustainable, reduces our carbon footprint, and we're very excited about that. We have a lot of businesses that are coming because, again, we have so much opportunity. We have a very well-educated populace. And we're just working on building density along the Blue Line corridor where the Metro runs, because transit oriented development gives you the most bang for your buck, where you can live, work, and play in the same area, right? It saves you on travel. It saves you the opportunity to get to know your neighbors better. And it just is more sustainable. So we're doing a lot of that. We're also working on the Purple Line to make that development come along as it's being built out in the state of Maryland. So there's just a lot of exciting things going on in Prince George's County, and I'm excited to be in the middle of it for economic development.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a few questions.
A lot. Yeah, that is a ton. And all that's under your agency. That is a lot. Well, I'm gonna let Fernando jump in here with his questions first. Come on, Fernando. Let us hear from Miami.
Melinda, how long have you been there?
I joined the staff in December 2018.
Okay, so 4 years now at this point. Of the three letters, permitting, inspections, enforcement, what is the strongest part of the department?
That's a good question. I would say all of them are strong in different ways, right? So on the enforcement end, we're able to form relationships with our neighborhoods and our community members so that they know who their inspectors are, so that we enforce our property standards. But with our permitting, we're able to make sure that the buildings that are designed and come to our jurisdiction are safe. And then with our inspection staff, we're able to make sure that what's built is built according to code and doesn't cause any problems out in the field, and also protects the homeowners. So I think they're all pretty strong.
Very nice. All right. How is the DPIE permit review going with COVID? Has there been, obviously there's been some delays, but is things getting back to normal, I guess, at this point?
So one of the exciting things about working at DPIE is that when we closed down March 13th, 2020, we were able to open back up March 16th, fully virtual. All of our staff already had laptops and cell phones that needed them to work. So we were able to complete our electronic plan review and issue permits electronically immediately. And so that worked very well for the construction industry because they're used to that, right? Now, before pandemic, we required everybody to submit stuff on paper, wet sealed and stamped, but we changed the policy and the procedure so everything could be done electronically with digital signatures. So that changed during the process. We use virtual platforms like this, Zoom, Teams, to meet with our customers, to answer their questions, to be available to them. What we've learned is the small general contractors, the small subs, individuals where English is a second language, they've had challenges working remotely. And so as the
I can help you with that. I speak that second language. I speak that second language.
There you go.
Yeah, I speak Russian.
We opened up a couple of days a week so that homeowners could come in and deal with it. But again, that didn't solve the problem for places like a Dunkin' Donuts or Subway, right? That needed to do tenant fit out. So what we're doing is we're going to give them more in-person opportunities because they just don't have the time to adequately take care of their ongoing business and deal with expansion. So that's something that we've learned, and we're pivoting to control that and to help that.
Okay. Is the staff back at the office, or are they still virtual?
Both. So I think we're still rocking and rolling with our hybrid. So the building is open 5 days a week. We have staff there every day to help you with whatever you need. But I also have staff that rotate in and out virtually, because what we found out, our productivity went up. When people don't have to commute an hour to work and an hour back home, they're able to put in a couple more hours of work. So our productivity per plan review engineers has gone up. So we're trying to maximize that as well.
What are the current permit review durations right now?
They're still pretty long. I've had to procure outside contractors to help us augment our staff. So where I would like to be would be 4 to 6. Right now, we're still at 10 to 12 weeks.
10 to 12 weeks, okay. Mm-hmm. But you like to be at 4 to 6, and you have contractors coming in to help you to try to squeeze that down a little bit.
Absolutely.
What is the reason that it's taken a little longer right now? COVID, or is it just?
Well, one of the things
supply chain, is it supply chain? Please tell me.
Supply chain is a challenge for our customers, not so much for us. But what I'll say is, when people pivoted home, there were a lot of people who had projects that they may have put on the back burner for decades, but now they wanted to do them. They want to add the addition. They want to finish the basement. They want to add the deck, right?
Right.
All at the same time. And so you have that all over. Plus, we're still building. We have a lot of raw land in Prince George's County. So we have a lot of new subdivisions coming online that have been planned years in advance and are coming online now. So it's just been, we have issued more permits every year in the pandemic than the year before. It's just been volume.
Volume. Okay. All right. So it's not staffing demands, it's volume. You don't.
Well, staffing too, because, we haven't escaped the Great Resignation, right? Individuals have been able to go to other positions and pursue other passions. So we've had to deal with that as well. But it's really the volume. The volume has just been tremendous.
If you need a translator, just give me a call. All right.
Thank you.
Melinda, let me ask you, you mentioned something about policies, and it got me to thinking, you've come out here to this jurisdiction, you talk about volume, you talk about economic development, talk to the audience about any legislation or policies that your office has had to change so that you can improve the delivery of your services, or perhaps there's some that are out there now that might be contributing to you not being able to, as an agency, do all that you can.
So we work very closely with our colleagues in the county council to look at things that we could fix, right? So one of the things, this jurisdiction, because of the topography and the geography, has a lot of challenges with stormwater. And because the Chesapeake Bay is a prize here in this jurisdiction, we have to protect it. And there are very strong environmental laws to do so. And so when individual longtime homeowners were having challenges with flooding, we looked at the reasons, we looked at the things that we could have to help them with. Some of them were short term, like maybe helping fence contractors know to leave 6 inches, instead of going all the way to the ground, which everybody wants, so their little dog doesn't escape. But then neither does the water, right? So if you leave 6 inches, then the water can flow according to the natural flow of the land, and you don't have flooding issues. That was an easy fix. Then you have other things where we're talking about giving information to homeowners where over time your home property may change. Your swell, which is where it was designed for stormwater runoff, right? So water could go into the dip or convey across the land. You may have changed it to put a patio or some other thing out in your yard, but you've changed the flow of the water and it's causing flooding. So we're giving more information. And then there's also, we've discovered, just because of the climate change and the huge number of 1,000-year storms that we haven't ever had before, but we're having more often now, new legislation about changing the construction code so that we can have piping along the back of new subdevelopments coming in to convey the water away and take it away from the homes, right? So those are some of the things that we've looked at legislatively in our permitting that we believe will have a profound effect positively on the citizens.
Okay. I have a few more questions, Anthony. What are your thoughts, Melinda, on peer review?
I think peer review is a very good tool for developers, builders to use, because again, the volume is so high. If you plan and incorporate peer review costs into your budget, then that can get you reviewed quicker and get to construction quicker and keep you on your timeline, and time is money. So we think it's a very good program.
Okay, so you do think it does make permits get done quicker?
Absolutely, because on our end, after it's been approved by the peer review or a third party, depending on which way you go, we have 10 days by code to get it out the door. So that's what we do, and we keep to that because we're being measured on that and being held accountable to that. So that just makes sure that you can get your stuff and it's transparent and you can count on it.
Was Anthony a perfect gentleman during the Peach Bowl?
That's a good one.
That's the last one. I like it personal. I like to take it personal. I'm like Roy Firestone. I like to take it personal.
Well, let's say I saw potential and fun there.
He did.
Nice.
All right.
And for those of you out there who don't know, yes, while attending the University of Virginia and during our junior year, we played against Purdue, and I think Everett was the quarterback at Purdue.
Chrissy Everett.
Huh? Yeah. And we won in the Peach Bowl in 1984, and Melinda Bolling, while attending the Georgia Tech Institute of Technology, was a member of their Solid Gold team. That they were hostesses. I'm sure they were something else, but they were assigned, and she was my Peach Bowl hostess for that entire week that we celebrated. And from the first moment I saw Melinda, I was in love with her, and I've been holding on to her ever since that Peach Bowl in '84. And I'm proud to say we just on October 10th celebrated 30 years of matrimonial wedding bliss together, and which is how I was able to strong arm her into coming onto our show this week. Because when your lady is in love, you see, they'll do anything. They can come on your show.
Thank you, Fernando.
Well, Melinda, we've had a lot of fun with you here tonight. You've shared with us. What's that, Fernando?
He said he knew I was busy.
I know she's
I know.
busy.
You are busy.
Do you have anything else?
You do got stuff to do.
Any questions for her? You got any?
Well, no. You really touched on some really powerful questions for the audience. Let me do this for people out there who, if Melinda, if people want to get in touch with you, tell the people how they can get in touch with you.
You can reach me on the telephone at 301-636-2020, or my email is posted online.
Posted online?
Here on the screen. Can they see it? They can't see it?
They can't see it, but some people, they only get the audio.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, at some point, although we need technical support, at some point these programs are going to go just audio on iTunes, and people can only hear. So that's why it's important that we actually say things, so people, otherwise they don't hear anything.
Okay. Well, my email address is mmb as in boy, OLLING at CO for county .pg for Prince George's .md for Maryland .us.
Excellent. Thank you. And it's been a joy and a pleasure having you here on Chasing Gazillions. Not the same as making millions.
Getting closer.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Great. Well, we want to thank you, Madam Director. Everybody, this is Melinda Bolling, Esquire, Director of the Department of Permitting, Inspections, and Enforcement here in Prince George's County, Maryland. She's working with buildings and building permits and homeowners and businesses. And if you are building or doing anything in the county, then she's there to help you or to enforce the laws against you. So you're like he's like a sheriff on one hand and a counselor and a rabbi on the other. I don't know. How does that work?
Nice. That sounds good.
That sounds good. Okay, well, we're going to let you go because we know you've had a very long day, and we greatly appreciate you've come on to our show here tonight. Fernando, we're closing out. Anything you want to share with the people from Miami? I know you trying to get out here, get your cigar, and you going to Cuba Libre or somewhere you say you're going.
Calle Ocho, 8th Street.
All right. Well, everybody, again, I'm Anthony Bolling with the Anthony Bolling Group, and our leveraged relationships, like the one you see here tonight, will save you time and make you money. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next Wednesday here at 7 p.m. live on Chasing Gazillions. Ain't the same as making millions. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Season 1, episode 24.
Oh, hold on. Before we go, hold on, man. Did we see this?
It's the shortest episode ever.
Hold on, look. Before we go, Melinda's gone. Oh, the Bushcrafter says thank you.
He wants to camp with us. Let's go.
He's like, let's go.
I'm in.
Are you really?
Yeah, I love the camp. You kidding me?
You love the camp?
I did Indian Princess with my daughters, man. We camped 4 times a year, every year for like 10 years.
Okay, so would this be like the fellas going camping, or because Melinda knows I'm never going camping again ever?
You know, camping for me is smoking cigars, having a couple bourbons.
Okay.
Sitting around the campfire talking junk. It's the best. I love it.
Okay, when do we do this? What time of year is best?
This time of year is great because it's not hot.
Okay.
But the springtime probably would be okay too, because in another month from now it could be snowy, so it wouldn't work out great. But in the spring, I'm in. We do camping at Assateague, right on the ocean. It's unbelievable. The ocean's right there. You're
Really?
camping on a dune. It's great.
Well, look, let the Virginia Bushcrafter. Why don't you set up
Just let them know.
a men's retreat? Although I don't know that the Virginia Bushcrafter is a man.
True.
It might be a woman. We don't know.
All right then.
But in any case, set up a trip for us, Virginia Bushcrafter.
It's all about the you, baby. How about the Terps and Purdue? You see that heartbreak? Jesus.
You all lost again?
Missed an extra point. The guy was offsides. The refs don't call it. And he kind of just walks in and throws his arm out like half. He didn't even know. He thought he was called offsides. He blocks the kick. We lose by 2 because we had to go for 2 and missed a 2-point conversion. Otherwise, it would go into OT against him. It was a bad L. That was as upset as I've been after a loss, and I feel bad for the team because they're working hard, man. I was at practice again last week. They're really getting after it.
Yeah,
I look for them to do good things here for the next few weeks, and then we gotta go into State College, Pennsylvania, to play those sons of you know what. So looking forward to that game.
Well, you know what? Like I said, I enjoyed it, and before it gets snowy or rainy or whatever, hey man, maybe you could invite me back out to another Maryland game. I enjoyed my time.
Ohio State's coming into town.
That might be a good game.
That's going to be a great game. They're going to be ranked probably #1 in the country.
Okay, are you able to get me in?
Yeah, come on. I can do anything I want. It's want to, not can I. Want to, not can I. Yeah, let me see what I can do. I'm thinking also maybe a Redskin game. I'm back in with my buddy who has the box.
All right, hey, you know I love a box experience.
Yes, you do. You love the box. Food, drinks. You can eat a little bit.
I would love to go back because that one time it's still like on the dome. I was memorable.
Yeah. That might be the way to go. Maybe we'll do that instead.
All right.
Because that Ohio State game, everyone's clamoring for those tickets, and I only have 2. And that clamor includes my wife who wants to go. So
okay,
I can't shut her out. But Redskins,
hey,
a lot of availability, a lot of tickets available.
I'm getting the yoke. I'm getting the yoke.
All right. Talk to you next week, man. Thank you for everything.
Hey man, all the best. Hey man, give my love to your mama.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.